told us earlier today, Avery Anderson is trying to figure out his identity right now. We know he can score, but he's got to make good decisions. He's got to know when to attack. That's how you attack.
Rockington from 16, rattles out. Henaruna, high rebound, keeps it alive and lays it in.
Then #1 Baylor back in January when they were on the road in the midst of a brutal road trip. They're going to remember this season. Yes, on one hand, you would like to forget it, but Mike Boynton appreciates what this team has been able to do.
Well, and a big reason is he has a really good relationship with his guys. I mean, you look at when Oklahoma State appealed the NCAA and their sanctions, and they were up.
Kendall Brown, after the scrimmage, ends up banking one in.
Bounce pass to Henaruna, tough finish over Thamba.
Be a lot of fun in Columbia tomorrow.
Yeah, and Tennessee obviously has the history with Coach Summit and what they've done over so many years. Coach Harper's obviously doing a great job. How about Dawn Staley? I mean, she has put South Carolina into the upper echelon of programs in the nation. A former Olympic veteran and a great point guard.
Stay and finish it off with our West Coast primetime rivalry game. USC taking on UCLA at Pauley Pavilion. There's a big three.
This is a familiar situation to the game in Ames 2 weeks ago. Iowa State led by as many as 15 points early in that second half. They led by 10 with under 9 minutes to go. Grill was not doing that too.
Well, right there is one of the reasons that Mike Boynton really likes Smith. I mean, he knows who he is. He's an energy guy. He's athletic. Doesn't care if he scores. Plays hard every possession. Teams, Condit, I thought, did a terrific job on the previous possession on Cisse. I know the crowd didn't like it, but he stayed down and he didn't leave his feet.
Jackson trying to end the drought. He does. Keelan Boone hits the three for Oklahoma State. He was 0 for his last 9 from deep over the last 2 games after starting 46% in the first 5 Big 12 contests.
Well, like a lot of, what I would call spot-up shooters, I would put Cal Schur for Iowa State in this category. They are best when the ball finds them. And Keelan Boone, when he's not rushing and he's letting it come to him within the flow of the game, he's a much better three-point shooter.
28-point Iowa State lead as Corbett splits the pair. Another zone look for the Cougars. Hunter dancing to Jackson, a 3. Got it. Trey Jackson off the assist. One of the all-time great movies right there.
It really is.
Henaruna with the left hand and a foul.
Basketball's getting into the paint. We're playing inside out.
Tyrese Hunter, yet to score, only has 1 assist. The Iowa State orchestrator. Henaruna in the paint. And he scoops it up with the left hand. Henaruna to 26. Hunter lost the ball momentarily. Alexander all over him. Cycled a little spacey with the basketball. And Henaruna spins in. And again with the left hand. And you see they don't get a lot of notoriety. This is not a big crew like the big 4-letter network normally has to these games. And they do great work. And Scott, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with his team and you as well, as they let the professionals do the rest of the games the rest of the season.
Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough. It's been so much fun to get a chance to do this as a former player. I certainly didn't
here, but something Iowa State wanted to look at tonight. Another zone look for Chicago State. Kalsher in the paint, out to Jackson. Now Henaruna with the left hand again. 4 in a row for Henaruna.
They're turning it over, something in between. That's just been the constant. I know TJ's talked about that's the identity of this team, and you can't say enough positive things about the consistency of their defense.
Grill gets his third of the night.
Pack it in, let's all go home and have Christmas break. But no, they've come out and wanted to make this one a game.
Condit with the offensive rebound.
Yet, but they're really taking the air out of Southeastern's half-court offense.
Low-scoring game in the first half once more here at Hilton Coliseum. Iowa State fans are going to get used to this. Under 6 left, Iowa State by 2. Grill has 5. Now Kalsher. Move it over to Grill. Looking for another 3. Ring it up. Well, that all filters out where Chicago State ends up next year. A 3 is short by Betson and rebounded it by Iowa State. Just underway in the second half. Brockington. See how determined Iowa State is to open up.
Yeah, if I'm TJ, what I want to see is just us get locked back, or the Cyclones, get locked back in here.
Kalsher reverses it in.
Nice drive by Kalsher, but just
trying to keep this momentum that Iowa State has wrestled away from the number 3 Baylor Bears. Grill, corner, 3. Yes, sir!
You're going to make me blush on air. Come on, man.
I'm trying to. Lay up there for Chicago State. And Carlo Marble in his Iowa return. 20-6, breaks a 5-minute drought. And Aruna gets on. Brockington in the teeth. Kuntz follows it up.
First from Ice Likely, who's got 4 points to go with 3 assists.
Yeah, you have to be careful with Likely defensively. You really need to give him a cushion and protect drive first, because when he turns the corner, you are not going to hold him off. He's just too strong. He's like a linebacker driving down the middle of the lane.
Grill, his 5th of the night.
Well, that was excellent vision by Isaac Likely. He is an underrated guard in terms of setting up teammates. This is a guy that averages 4 assists a game.
5 to shoot. Grill fires. He caught.